Hello YouTube, thank you so much for watching these videos. My name is Kamil Simon Peter and we're continuing with maxscript. Again, I want to identify to all those who are enjoying my series on the 3ds Max SDK that I have an issue now that we are under lockdown with this COVID-19. I'm no longer with the strong machines at work, so I'm working on my mini laptop. This mini laptop of mine cannot support Visual Studio. Well, it supports it, but it is quite heavy that work won't be easy, so it cannot run 3ds Max 2018 and 3ds Max and Visual Studio 2015 update at the same time, so which will make it slow and reaction, and that's something you don't want to do. So I'm concentrating on maxscript as for now, but please, if you want to support us, do not forget to subscribe, like or share. And then you can also reach out to us on my Skype ID hashtag CZNKIs, and then if you feel these videos are working for you, you can also support us on PayPal. I think that's it. And then you can also facilitate our website paying for the server, so that we freely share this material with you. All right, so with that said, I want to continue, and this time around what I want to do, I want to create a check button that is going to be able to access our other function, which is going to be called the mirror function. But then I'm going to first eliminate this button because we don't need it for the moment. Okay, so I'll be saving. So we need to create not a check button, sorry, a checkbox. Which checkbox is going to be called I'll just call it still checkbox. Okay, check bx, so that it's not the same as, and then it might have a label, but I'll give it checkbox, maybe mirror, but let it just be mirror. Okay, I'll save and then I'll run again. Let's see what we have. So there we are, we have a checkbox called mirror. All right, so I'll just delete some of these. By the way, you can also create a tool that is selecting all these cylinders once they have the same name, and then it deletes them. Okay, so I'll go down and create a function, which function I'm going to call mirrorVat. So fn mirror vat. Now I don't want to leave it at mirror because there is the mirror modifier, okay, which will become an issue. So I want to choose mirror vat, which is going to be our function, which is equal to, okay, I've not started putting parameters yet, okay, which is equal to, now which is equal to what? Let's see. So we want to select our mirror, our vertex, okay, and then we mirror it. But this one is simple. Let's go to I think it's instead of mirror. So when you type mirror, you get other mirrors, I think. So here there is mirror vat for spline operations, but let us type maybe symmetry, which is MEETRY. So let's see, what do we have for the symmetries? Symmetry, position to negative, symmetry. Okay, there is poly to symmetry. Let me double click on that because we're working with polys. So here they're telling us that now the topic is far wide, but just because I've typed in the index, it has landed us on this part. Now they are telling us that it is a Boolean value, okay, Boolean, which is polytool select.symmetry and then an integer of, so the integer will be the axis. Okay, so they are telling us that if you want to symmetry on x, it will be 0. If you want to symmetry on y, it will be 1. If you want to symmetry on z, it will be 2. And then we shall come to those if we are advancing. So we're going to mirror on the x-axis. I think most of the people do mirror on the x-axis. So let us see. So the syntax is polyop symmetry. So here they are telling you the sub-object level polygon, faces, vertex that it works on. So if you selecting polygons, it will work on polygons, edges. Okay. So okay, let me just copy this. Okay, which is that, and then the value for x is 0. All right, so let me first run the tool. Okay, and then I pick, so I've picked my item, and then I select the vertex. So if I come and run this line, which is shift enter, okay, you can see both vertices are now selected. You see that? Both vertices are now selected. All right, so what I'm going to do, I want to choose this check. So if it is checked, it can select the vertex on the other side. If not, it doesn't. So I'm going to come to, instead of on button pressed, so we're going to come up here. Okay, and then first of all we want it to be, it depends on what you want. We don't want it to be checked by default. Checked, okay, which is going to be false. If I make it true, okay, it means every time I run the script it will be checked. So I'm going to make it false. All right. Okay, so every time I run the script it's not checked by default. Then we're going to write our syntax down here for the button. Okay, before the close of the dialog. So on check bx, which is box, changed, because it changes states. Changed, is it changed? Changed true, okay, or changed on, let it be on. Then you do this, do the following, do mirror. Our function is called mirror vat, so run mirror vat. Okay, all right, so let's try that out. Let me make sure that nothing is selected. Okay, so we have an issue. It's change, I think. Is it change? It's changed. I think it's talking about, instead of on, true, because it's supposed to be a Boolean value. True. All right, so let me run. Okay, so it's true. And then first of all we select the object. All right, so then we pick. If I click, you see now both of them are selected. Now we haven't done what to do if I uncheck. So let's say I move this and then I take mirror, so it cannot select because the syntax works if they are on the same. Okay, let me do this. Then I take, okay, so they must be almost on the same level. It must be symmetrical, okay, for it to work. Okay, but if I move one, Okay, so it must be almost symmetrical because it is looking for the vertex in the same position. So you can see it is working before I move. Okay, but once I've moved one vertex, it's not working because the mirror is looking for the position of the same vertex the other side. So you make sure that you do this before you mirror the other side. Okay, so you can see it can check on that. Okay, I do this, but unfortunately it's doing it for the uncheck. Those are the things, some of the things we must solve. But you can see once the symmetry is off, it cannot do it the other side. Okay, so that's it for the symmetry. Once you've done the movement, it can no longer contain that. So that's it for the symmetry, because the mirror is supposed to look for a vertex in the other opposite position. So that's it for this symmetry. We shall also see how to do that with the symmetry modifier, and then you collapse. But for now, I think that's enough. Watch out for the next video.